3, 2, 1. Action. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Cockpit Convos. It's your captain speaking, Jeff Britton. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'm excited today. I've got a friend of mine, Brian McClung with AMC911. And we're here today to catch up on a couple things and hear his story and about his business and how maybe he can help you and with your needs and things like that. So, Brian, thanks for coming up today, man.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to be here, man. This is God's country up here. It's so beautiful. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, man, it is beautiful. We talked a little bit about this, but it's amazing how not crowded it is from the air.
Yeah.
So much land.
A lot of farmland.
A lot of farmland. It's one of the best things about flying in the Tidewater. Should everything happen, we got plenty of places to land, man. Plenty of places to land. We're not going to have to worry about that today because we're going to the airport.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Exactly right. So Brian's owns a business here in Tidewater, and you know, and in my business, the insurance side of the coin, we kind of work together in a lot of ways, right? Yeah, some of the stuff that you take care of, we pay for, and all that good stuff. But, you know, to kick it off, why don't you just give everybody the Brian McClung story, man?
Oh, man, that's cool. So, you know, just grew up and born in Hampton and went to Phoebus High School, grew up in Buckrow Beach, man. And it was so cool back in the 70s. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
And so back in the 70s and 80s, man, it was like old school amusement park, wooden roller coaster, you know, and you go down to the beach, hang out with your friends. We all, you know, skateboard, BMX, biking,
right,
stuff like that. A lot of fun stuff. Beach kids, you know. And so just kind of like ocean view, but just on the other side of the water, man.
Yeah.
And so that was a ton of fun. And a lot of my friends, you know, some states have certain kind of trades people. Pennsylvania's all about kind of car industry and steel, and you know, it seemed like Buckrow Beach, man, just reproduced a lot of bricklayers.
Okay.
All my high school buddies and teenage years, and their dads were bricklayers, and it was like what you did on the weekend was,
yeah,
you know, help your dad or your cousin or your uncle, help them with foundations on the side, you know.
Right.
Back then, you know, was what the regulations weren't exactly, so you can get out there a little earlier and sling some mud and
sure,
have some fun with your friends and make some money.
Yeah, good. You said Phoebus. What was the mascot of Phoebus?
Phantom.
The Phantom. Because a buddy of mine was a Hampton grad, I think, and he's like, what is it, Can't Crush a Crab or something, or something
Phoebus
like that.
Phantom. We produce some really good athletes.
Yeah.
Even now. And so, you know, it's funny how this all works out, but really enjoyed many years there and learned the craft of masonry. And my best friend's dad was a master mason, Italian master mason, and so we just didn't know, you know, how fortunate we were to have that exposure from teenage years. And then, so when I was 18, I was already a trained bricklayer. It was kind of strange, and so, but I still took, you know, back then the apprentices were big time, you know, all the old school masons, they were kind of expected to train the young guys, and, you know, this is how it is. You know, here's the new apprentice, and, you know, we're going to train him and make sure he understands, and, you know, we build these kind of leads that kind of guide the walls, and if they weren't right, they'd kick it down, build it again, boy. You know, it was different then. You know, you can get your feelings hurt. You're like, yeah,
okay,
that did kind of look bad. And just kept rolling, right? Yeah, it's kind of funny.
That's funny. So then, but did you do masonry when you got out of like high school or something, or did you have that?
Yeah, in high school, you know, I did, and then once, you know, I finished up there, and then I was started with my apprenticeship with a company called Chesapeake Masonry, and they were the largest masonry company on the peninsula side back in, you know, the 80s and you know, 90s, but primarily the 80s, right, when I was with them. And so they did big structures like, you know, the downtown Radisson.
All right.
Was the junior foreman on that project.
Wow.
Williamsburg, all that, like the Williamsburg and William and Mary campuses, and
sure, all
that expansion, big expansions back in the 1980s. And so that was a great opportunity for me to kind of hone in my skills, if you will, as a commercial mason.
Right.
You know, learning from some of the best, really. I mean, looking back at it, I'm like, man, I had a lot of great exposure, and so, you know, long apprenticeship with them, and then ran big jobs, you well, small to medium-sized jobs when I first kind of got out and I was probably running, I don't know, 20 or 30 masons in my upper 20s. It was kind of crazy.
Wow.
Younger foreman, just because I was groomed for it. You know how that works when you're
been doing it a while by then.
And it's the biggest challenge was trying to get the respect for the older masons because they're like, who's this young punk kid, going and telling us what to do. And, you were learning the craft and you got, so once you earn their respect, they're like, oh, okay.
This kid knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a second lieutenant coming into a platoon or whatever they are, right? You got the gunnery sergeant probably 50 years old and you got this 21-year-old punk telling him what to do.
It's like, come on, kid.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So fun.
So now your family in the area, all that stuff?
Yeah, one of four, there's four of us, and my brother's a welder, and both of my sisters are very, very involved in the area, and both husbands are master chiefs.
Okay.
A lot of exposure to Navy. Now, of course, with my company, I employ a lot of, one of the guys I employ is a rescue diver for the Coast Guard. Some other guys are, Navy kind of really tactical folks. They're retired, and some of them are, a lot of them served, right? And so we bring on a lot of military folks because that's born in this area. We a lot of exposure to that, a lot of great friendships, and big respect for what they do for our country.
Yeah.
And big patriotic. At my company now, the AMC, where we put a big value on our, our military folks and kind of God, country, and doing the right thing, man.
That's awesome. Well, talk a little bit about AMC. How did you start it, I guess? And I mean, how'd that come to life?
Yeah, it's funny how that worked out because starting off as a mason first, building new foundations. I understood foundations because I built them, right? So, and then as our masonry, we grew and started the company in '93. We did a little, more masonry heavy. And then closer to the mid to upper 90s, we got in more specialized foundation repair systems as a natural cousin, if you will, of progress, because folks would complain about, hey, look at this crack in my wall. We would do some beautiful masonry work for him, and then it would settle a little bit. And, the first thinking was, oh, what did you do wrong, Brian? It's cracking.
Right.
And then, it's all about the education process of telling the customer, hey, it's a soil problem. And really didn't have an answer back in the early 90s and mid 90s. And so we started just looking into that. We're like, wait, we should offer a solution to, keep our masonry work, looking beautiful. We don't want cracks. Let's drive some piles and figure that out.
Right.
So we figured it out. We flew out west, in the late 90s, out there in Kansas City. They had developed a lot of these foundation repair technologies, and we brought them back into the East Coast. And at that time, I think it was me and another company called Roger Bullivant. That's it.
That's it, huh?
There was other big names in town. They were in business, but they weren't quite in Hampton Roads yet. So we look at it now, 33 years later, we're like, I said to my wife, I said, honey, you realize that we're the oldest foundation repair company in Hampton Roads that's still privately owned?
Really?
It's unbelievable. It's like
that is crazy.
3 decades, man, just went by like that. And you're like,
that's crazy.
But it's a lot of fun. We've learned a lot. We know a lot now, right?
Yeah.
And so we're really just trying to train new project estimators, just the craft, right? Every day. Just trying, hey, here's what I know. Let me share it with you. We wrote technical manuals. A lot of the stuff that's kind of in my head, I try to put into somewhat of a AutoCAD pricing software and also, system, as well as, technical manuals, so you can pass along that kind of legacy of
knowledge,
how we do it. Right? This is how we do it, because you think about how many craftsmen nowadays are dying out, right? Right now, if you listen to Mike Rowe, I watched Mike Rowe last week, and he was talking about how many jobs that are open right now in in the fields and the trades.
The trades, yeah.
I mean, literally tens of thousands of jobs we're having a hard time fulfilling because we can't find skilled tradespeople. You know, those people want to get into IT, they want to get into all these things, but
right.
You know, the construction trade, we really need to put an emphasis on it, and that's what we're doing at AMC to kind of develop more of these field technicians and product knowledge. How do we lay brick? How do we do these foundation repair systems?
Yeah.
Pass that along so they can be a blessing to their families and make great income.
So how many people work for you?
We've got about almost 50 now.
Wow, that's
almost
awesome.
50. It's we're growing. We're growing about 20% a year right now, which is kind of crazy. You know, we
awesome.
finally, you know, I'm a slow starter, so I guess it took me a few decades, you know. But now we're growing about 20% a year. It's kind of cool to see it finally kind of come to a little bit of more of a bloom, if you will.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And now, okay, as a consumer, tell me the problems I have that I need to call you about.
I mean, you know, it's, you know, inside the house, outside the house, you know, you're outside, you're kind of doing your garden, you're looking around the yard, and you're like, oh, you notice some of these cracks in your brickwork, and some of the cracks might be kind of normal, what we call differential, some, and nothing to worry about, right? It just, you know, and then some of it is more kind of a serious foundation thing, and, you know, we got a project right now we're doing, and it's like, it's a $130,000 deal at the oceanfront.
Wow.
And they just renovated the whole place. It's a beautiful place. Like, you know, it's a $1.4 million house, beautiful home, complete renovation, and then they call me, right? And I'm like looking at the underside of this structure going, man, I really would have loved to got to this project before you did all this paint and drywall and beautiful finishings and floor. Because now I got to lift it up, right?
It's going to crack things.
I'm just like, you're going to have some cosmetics. I hate to break it to you.
Right.
You know, so those are the things we like to kind of get to early before you do your renovations. You know,
right.
The foundation guy, somebody said that way back to thousands of years, you know, but strong foundation, put that in first. And if you got that, you know, you're good to go.
Yeah, man.
So try not to. I mean, it's always good to consult a structural contractor, you know, before you start doing these renovations. If you notice those small cracks in the foundation wall, if you uneven floors, you know, doors that are kind of sticking, you see those cracks, and you know, the floors kind of up and down. You know, you can tell something's not good.
Yeah, so we've got, like, I would call it not a soft spot, but I can definitely tell like there's a lower spot in my floor somewhere. Y'all could come out and fix that or look at it and say, hey, yeah, we'll level this thing up and figure it out, huh?
Yeah, man, we can. Everything's done on AutoCAD. We bring our iPads out there, and we literally have taken 30 years of data and put it into an app, which is super cool.
That's cool.
And we created all these cool icons, so you can just grab a pile and pot it in a drawing. It populates the price.
Yeah.
You know,
that's cool.
Tells you all
makes
about
it easy.
You could just go over there. It makes it easy for our team.
Right.
You know, to kind of start, you know, diagnosing. We just try to streamline this process, and we actually had a guy come out with one of these consultants come out about a year ago and looked at what we're doing. He is like a $80 million company. He said, man, Brian, what you've done with your pricing software, I think I paid another company like $1 million and got about 25% of your library.
Wow.
And it's because I'm a technical writer. Did my master's at Regent, but I'm a bricklayer, right?
Right.
I have an undergrad in theology, so I don't know what I want to do for a living, you know. But the thing about it is, it's made me in a unique position to think like a bricklayer, but kind of write some technical things that could really be helpful for software application to be pricing jobs and understanding that process.
That's awesome. Now, what about you do like driveway repair and stuff like that too? So if I got like a crack in my driveway, or you're just the house?
Yeah, just the house.
Just the house.
We don't do a lot of flat work.
Gotcha. And now, how do you know? So I've seen YouTubes of foundation repair, some of it where I look in my crawl space and you guys have got like 10 different jacks or something down there, right? A bunch of supports or something underneath my house to fix that. How do you know, like, okay, crack that one 2 times and this one over here 5 times? I mean, how do you keep track of that to make sure you got leveling, you got lasers? I mean, how do y'all do that?
That's a very good question. So it's a combination of both of those things, right? We use lasers, old school 4-foot levels. It's amazing what they would do, right?
Okay.
And so our team is communicating from the bottom side of the floor to the top side of the floor, with via, talk radios. Hey, look at this. Oh yeah, give it another crank. And the guys got manifold systems so they can lift 4, 5, 6 piles at a time.
Like a push button.
Yeah, it's electric, man. It's kind of electric ram. And these manifolds, these hydraulic hoses, you got this main central system. Think about it like a sprinkler, right? You got manifolds for a sprinkler system under your house. This manifold directs water. And that's how hydraulic
right.
manifolds work. They just direct, fluid, and the fluid kind of goes in there. It's how, makes that thing lift, and can do a simultaneous lift if we need to, or isolate 2 or 3 at a time.
Wow. It's got to be very slow, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Like really slow lifting, I guess. That's cool. So you're pretty booked up right now? If somebody says, hey, man, I got a problem, or you can get out there pretty quick?
Yeah, I mean, we're normally about a couple weeks out, right?
Okay.
And we got probably right now, I think I got about 9 outside estimators. So, usually
cool.
one of those guys are ready to go within a week or 2. Get out there and get an estimate.
That's awesome. Now, if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, how do they reach you?
Yeah, AMC911.com. Of course, our main number is 757-490-5810.
All right. Now, where did AMC come from?
So AMC is acronyms for Atlas Master Companies.
Okay.
And, like I said, back in the early 90s, we were kind of started off as Southside Masonry, which was a smaller kind of mom and pop masonry company, right? And then we then grew into this company called Atlas Structural Solutions.
Okay.
Which is kind of handled our structural part of it, and then we started another little division, Atlas Chimney Systems, chimney sweeps, and we would rebuild chimneys because we knew about chimneys,
right.
because it's masonry.
It's masonry, right? Yeah. Right? It's all masonry.
When I was upstate New York, I did my undergrad in New York in theology, and when I went up there, man, I learned a whole new business in chimney systems. It's like These guys. I mean, I thought I knew chimneys, and when I moved up to New York, they got all these specialty products for like relining chimneys, especially kind of coatings you put on the smoke chamber that is really better than regular cement. Some of the cooler techniques that we can employ when we came back to Virginia, and so that's what we did. So we started this company with chimney maintenance, kind of rebuilt. We weren't really sweeping as much as we were rebuilding, right? Rebuilding, that's all the masonry, all the chimney sweep guys we just call Atlas chimney systems, and so we had start having an identity problem because we had these 3 or 4 divisions, and so we want to put them under the umbrella of Atlas Master Companies.
Got it.
Right, AMC.
Right,
and so you have Southside Masonry, Atlas Structural. So now most folks know us as just
AMC.
The last 20 years,
Do you still have these other businesses, though? You still do all those other things?
Those little subsidiaries,
right.
In there.
Right.
But our guys are, cross-trained between kind of encapsulations, mold control. And in fact, we're one of 2 companies now that has the certification that the governor asked for last year. And he said, hey, I want everyone to be certified when they're applying this mold. So we jumped on that. And now, we are the first company that has the IRCRC requirement.
Okay.
We're one of 2. And I'm like, I don't know what these other people are doing. But, it's kind of crazy. We think it's important when the governor said that. We're like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense.
Sure.
And so now we collect mold samples and we actually grow it in an incubator, our in-house scientists.
Wow.
And we tell you what kind of mold it is, how dangerous it is for you.
Wow.
I mean, it's a full report. It's really impressive. Leland Cobb, our kind of in-house, that was his training. And so we brought him on, and now he's doing that. And our guys will collect the sample and he'll grow it, write letters and certifications, and we can remediate it.
Wow. With
those kind of strong certifications.
That's awesome. You got a whole bunch of stuff there.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Okay, so you mentioned theology outside of AMC. Is that something you're still passionate about?
Yeah, man. Serving my local church.
Okay.
I go to Wave Church in Virginia Beach, and
awesome.
We love it there. Our kids love it there, and with our company, we're we're a faith-based foundation repair company. Not that everyone that worked for us is, religious people.
Right.
That's just kind of our compass and who we are.
Right.
We make no apologies for that. Our guys, I'm like, hey man, we're, servant leadership. I learned that when I, college, and that's kind of what I foster. If you come into our office, you walk through our complex, it's, you can tell that the guys are sitting in there and all of our estimators are helping each other at the big table.
Right. Have you ever joined the COVA, the Christian Chamber of Commerce?
I've heard of them, but I've not joined.
It's a good group. I can connect you with that.
Cool,
yeah, they're good people. Good people.
Yeah.
They meet just like any other leads group or something like that, but it's 100% faith-based.
Yeah,
really cool.
I like
We've met a lot of good people through that organization.
Yeah.
All right, so outside of that, what do you like to do? What's Brian into, man?
We're a big tennis family,
All right.
I'm playing tennis tonight with my wife. Hopefully we'll, end that well. It's funny because my wife is she's the vice president of the company, and she handles all the marketing. She actually runs the sales team, does a better job than I do.
Okay.
I gave it up like 3 or 4 years ago. I'm like, man, she's really good at this. She's did it for me because I wasn't feeling great, and the guys were like, she's great.
Right.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Awesome.
So, I'm looking to work myself out of a job a little bit, if I'm being honest, right? But,
sure.
And so she's doing a fantastic job and, supporting me. She went to William & Mary, top of her class.
Awesome. Brains too.
Smarter than anybody in the room. And so I've just been blessed with, Mariel. She's a little Bolivian queen, that's what I call her. She's pretty amazing.
How long y'all been married?
So 18 years.
18.
Man.
Good deal.
Years, yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Getting ready to hit big 20 there.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just hit the 30 a little while ago. So, what now at tennis? So if we ever play tennis, would you say you're like a 3-5, 4, 4-5?
3-5, solid 3-5, yeah.
Yeah.
But I dream of being a 4-0, 4-5 like you maybe. But it's a dream.
Dude, I'm like a 2-5 right now. You know what? We had a Coach Joe. My kids played competitive tennis, and as we talked about a little bit, Coach Joe was our tennis coach. And it's the first night, and we homeschooled, so they got to play with the local Christian school, Summit Christian, over there in Hampton, or in Newport News, or Yorktown, where it is.
Yeah.
And it's the first parent meeting. I got 16 kids, and my son was number 1. His best friend was number 2. My twins were number 3 and number 4 seeds on the team. And Coach Joe gets up there, and he says, hey, kids, what do you think the difference is between the number 1 ranked tennis player on our team and the number 16th ranked tennis player on our team? Now, keep in mind, these are 6th graders up to 12th graders, the mindset of a 6th grader. Hands go up, better racket, better shoes, better clothes. They play on clay courts. All this stuff outside the fundamentals. He's like, nope. The only difference between number 1 and number 16 is that number 1 just hit more balls.
That's exactly right.
So you want to be a 4? You just got to hit more balls, man.
That is so true.
That's it.
My tennis coach told me that.
Did he?
Yes,
okay. His name's not Joe, is it?
No.
Okay.
No, he didn't. Yeah, it's Rob. He's a really good guy, but learned over there in Norfolk, and then been playing with VBTCC.
Cool.
But when he told me that, I was happy and not happy.
Right.
Part of it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you want to have the fun, but you don't want to put in the time. You're like,
right.
But finally, I'm like, you know what? I'm cool with social tennis.
I like my 3-5. We're good.
That ship kind of sailed, man. But but my son, he's been playing since he can walk. He's a really great tennis player, and he can beat me, which is don't take a lot, but it's gonna. He likes to brag about that being 13 years old.
Yeah. Have you transfers over into the pickleball world yet?
Man, it just seems like it's anti-religious to do that.
Dude, I found in the tennis community, man, it is such a polarizing sport when you bring up pickleball, man.
Yeah.
You love it or you hate it, or you.
No, I've done it a couple times just to kind of be social, and I can see where, you kind of, it's a great way to get some exercise, and it takes a lot of skill. You look at it, and some folks take it to a really professional level. I've been looking at some of it again. I'm like, wow. Yeah,
Agassi's a big pickleball player now.
Yeah, it's amazing how it's come along.
Yeah.
And so I can't really joke about it too bad, because I see some serious folks that are getting involved, doing a great job, and a lot of people getting fit and staying active.
I think at the end of the day, it's about being active. And if that makes you happy, go do it, man.
Yeah.
Go do it. All right, couple random fun fact ones here. First concert, best concert. What's the first concert you ever went to and the best concert you ever been to?
I think Rush 2112.
Oh, yeah?
I was back when I was like 16.
I love me some Rush now. YYZ and all that stuff.
Hampton Coliseum, man.
The mothership.
Took my girlfriend, at the time, and the high school, and so that was really kind of a great concert to go to. Really enjoyed going to that.
All right, then the best concert.
Probably a Jimmy Buffett concert, man. I went to. It's a really great concert. Jimmy Buffett, he's...
Can't go wrong with that, man.
I just seen him like 2 years ago. It wasn't that recent, but that was probably one of the great concerts that I went to. And Mercy Me, man. That was
that's a good one.
Concert that top 3, I guess.
Yeah, imagine. That'd be a good song to see.
Yeah, and so that was, love that. And so love music, man, And good variety of music. But I'll be honest with you, I'm probably listening to more Christian music recently.
Yeah.
Just more uplifting for me. I just feel a little more fulfilled, I guess.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, I'm like, that's kind of positive.
It's encouraging.
Yeah.
That's good. Garbage in, garbage, or whatever goes in is going to come out.
Yeah,
so
man. So
good to pump that in there.
Good stuff, yeah.
All right. So if you could only eat one food the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, wow.
Or we'll do this. 2 days ago was National Junk Food Day.
Oh, man.
So if you could eat one junk food and never gain a pound, never have any maleffects, what would that one junk food be?
Wow. Now, does this have to be like candy? Or
it can be anything, man. I mean, if you want to throw Big Macs in there, I guess you could put that in there too. But
man, I think chicken, man. Chicken. I'd have to get some good chicken, some good fried chicken.
All right.
Yeah.
I got you. Mine's like Krispy Kreme donuts, man. Hot nows. You give me hot nows, I'm a happy man.
My son-in-law has about 5 of these duck donuts, man.
Oh yeah, they're good.
Yeah, and we love duck donuts. I mean, he does that. They're so good. He does a great job with that. And
he didn't own the one over in Harborview, does he? North Suffolk.
No, he doesn't own that one.
Okay.
That's one he doesn't own.
That's by my office over there.
Yeah, so. Yep. Well, at least I think he does. He probably told me later on I own that one. But he's doing a great job with that. And actually he works with AMC too.
Okay.
As the guy's got a law degree.
Wow.
He's like, this guy, man. He's like, does everything. And of course, it happens to be 5'10". We wear the same suit size. Right?
That's cool.
And he loves Jesus.
That's
I'm like, I said to my daughter, I said, you know what you did, don't you?
You married your daddy.
You married your daddy. I'm like,
that's great.
And he went to Regis University.
Yeah, he went to Regis.
I was just like, oh.
That's cool. That's awesome, man. You got to be happy with that choice then.
I'm pretty down with that. Yeah, so good guy. And
cool.
Well, now,
any grandbabies yet?
4, dude.
4?
Yeah.
Awesome. I just became one 9 weeks ago, so first one and out.
Yeah.
So.
4, and Hunter, and and my daughter Hannah, and that was my first baby Sylvia, and then they had another one, and then my son Christian and Janique, they had now 2, and so it's a lot of fun. Granddad, kind of a new thing, so
yeah.
Now I'm going around collecting small little cute gifts for my grandchildren. I'm like, oh, let me get that. You see something,
awesome.
It is.
Yeah, I will be there soon. She's still 9 weeks, kind of goo-goo gaga, but I know it's going to be wrapped up, man. It's going to be wrapped up. But, well, Brian, it's been a good time we did today.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you coming up with us.
Yeah, it's been a great time. This is a great, beautiful view.
Nice to meet you, too.
Yeah.
You seem like a great guy. So I'll tell everybody, if you got any of the Foundation Repair, any of all the AMC companies he threw out there, if you have a need for that, I think it'd be great to support a good Christian organization and call you guys up. So, hey, everybody, appreciate you clicking in today and liking, subscribing, and all that stuff. Please be sure to check out Brian, and I'll have all his contact info up at the end of this, and please support his business. And so, Brian, man, with that, let's sign this thing off. You ready?
Ready.
All right, 1, 2, 3. See ya!